so beautiful. And what
And
a beautiful lesson you shared about your children, that how they, have learned so many lessons, like from you doing that goodness, which has passed on as a legacy now, and that, they're doing it for you, the goodness. That's a very good lesson that I want to take from today's program as well. And it should be for all the youths, for young mothers, for everybody out there, that when you do something good, it carries on the legacy. So that love of Abu Abdullah, that love for Imam Ali, we should instill it in the hearts of our children and youngsters today, so it carries on.
And you know what, Sakina, one of the things that really made me proud about the Mokibs is our Mokibs like Zahra Trust and other no no you know, the India Mokib, the Pakistan Mokibs, like you know, the famous ones that we do stop at. They're clean, and the food is amazing. Like Zahra Trust, I was just mind blown about how clean they were. Like the floor was so dry, you could sit on the floor. Like that's impossible in this situation where there are 20 million people here, over 20, I'm sure. And I heard one of the girls, I think it was a British accent. She was like, I could cry right now. She was like, oh my God, it's so clean. Because to see a clean bathroom is nothing short of a miracle here.
Yes, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Zara Trust, wow, like the way, they had food, but they had also massages, and they were just amazing. As soon as you arrive, you get the Ru Afza, cold Ru Afza, and you feel like you're home, and it's just Alhamdulillah. But I also noticed there, of course, there's all sorts of people on this journey. They're not only the diehard, total malang kind of Zyrene here, but there's also those who are forced to be here, right? There are teenagers who are brought here because their parents brought them. There's also adult spouses I've seen, who are not really into it. Maybe the husband dragged his wife, or the wife dragged her husband. And there are all sorts of people, and you can feel it. You can see the struggles people are having, and you learn not to judge, because you also go through those ups and downs. Sometimes you're like, I just want to go home. Sometimes you're like, this isn't what I signed up for. The hotel is not, someone was just talking about how they saw a cockroach in their hotel, right? And then, so you learn to go past all this and say, why am I here? And psychological studies show that when you have no monetary reason for something, when you don't get anything, no pat on the back, nothing for something, the human being finds a reason, and they find a higher reason. So then they say, well, this was good for me. I needed this. God wanted it for me. Like they find something bigger, and that gives them the highest amount of satisfaction compared to those who are paid for a task, or who are given a title or a trophy. So, not getting anything tangible in the sense that you can't see what you got, but you do feel it. You feel like a certain satisfaction. So seeing, there's some people who are really struggling, right? And I saw my daughter struggling like this when we were, the walking that you do that is unaccounted for, that you had no idea, is when you have to walk from your bus to your hotel. Because remember, there's a few miles radius where no cars, no buses can get to, and big buses have to be further on. They cannot enter the city really. So you're ending up walking a good 3, 4, or 5 miles, 40 minutes in 50, 60-degree weather, and you are wearing all these abayas, and you are also pulling your hand luggage or whatever. It is so hard. It is so hard. And for those of us who are very pampered in the West, even if you go to the mall, you park right at the front. Like, it is hard. So I saw my daughter, who's like, she's 19, and a very, she's a very soft, delicate person. We always worry about her because she hardly eats like total teenagers in our country. And so the heat, I saw her turn red, and then she got, the rash from the heat. She was crying, and I could see she was getting a migraine. Like, she was holding her head. She was in bad shape. And I was like just praying for her that we get to the bus. When we got to the bus, she started to cry. She was sobbing, sobbing. So everyone was gathered around her, giving her water, electrolytes, because she was close to collapsing. She was done. And she was like, I just want to go home. I can't be here. Just send me home. And I said to her, there's no way. There's no flights. So she got really mad when I said that. She was like, "That was not helpful." But I was like, "I was just trying to make you see that, we're here now. We have to." And then she picked up her phone, and her entire packet, that's stuck, those packages that we have behind your phone, is gone. Her credit cards, her driver's license, her university ID, everything. And when she saw that, she started to scream louder than she was. And she was crying, and everybody was like, Ya Allah. So somebody offered their phone. They called the bank company, and, cancel your cards and all. And she was like, I have an exam and I need my ID. As soon as we land, she has an exam, university. So she was screaming, and I was like, Ya Allah, Ya Imam, don't let this be her situation. Don't let this be what she takes away from Ziara. I was like, Mola, like, I brought my kids here to have a positive experience. I don't want them to think you come to Karbala and you lose something. And I was just, praying for her. And I said to my son, look around. Like, maybe it's still in the bus, which was impossible. The bus was now moving. We were already probably 10 minutes zooming along. And, people were like, what if it's on the road? And if it's on the road, there's no way anyone's going to leave credit cards. So she's sobbing away. And then my son went down under her seat and found the whole packet. It was magnetic. It stuck to the back of her phone. And like when she got it, she just got it, and she was in shock, and she became quiet. And I thought, this is Imam giving you those scary moments so that you can experience the miracle of being here, where you feel like, you know what, you need us. You think you're all that. You can be completely helpless, and then when you call out to us because there's nobody, you will feel it. It reminds me of the 60 Imam once when somebody wanted to see God. They were like, I want to see God. Show me God. Show me God. And Imam kept ignoring him. And he was really belligerent, and he was, coming after Imam and saying, I want to see. So Imam said to the men, the Sahabis that were with him, he said to them that take him and throw him in this river here. So they picked him up and they threw him in the water. And he thought that Imam was angry with him. All the people thought so. And he was screaming and shouting. Imam said, no one's gonna get him out of here. Leave him. So he was just sinking. They were just sinking, and then there was no sound. He was drowning. And then Imam said, okay, go get him out. So they got him out. And when he came out, Imam said, did you see God? And he said, I felt him. I didn't need to see him. When I knew no one's going to come to my aid, I called out to an entity that I didn't think existed. But it was all I could call out for. And when I did that, I felt him. I felt God. You don't need to show me anymore. He is there. So this is what Ziara does to you. You feel the presence of Imam every step of the way. Every step of the way. Many times you're about to fall, and you're like, it's as if Imam is fixing it, that you're my guest. I literally feel like I've been given a red carpet treatment because I'm a sick person who came here. Now I still have some blockages. I have 3 arteries that are also still 50% blocked, so I am still not well. I've never had to ask for health, never prayed for health, never had to. But when I went there, to the I was asking for everybody, and then it was as if Imam was making me wait longer so that I would remember, ask for yourself. And then, I was pressed against the re because I was able to get there. In the basement, they have for the women. And I said, Imam, like my chest, here it is. Like, take out the blockages. Like, you are the ultimate healer. I don't need the doctors. I don't need these medicines. I mean, of course, there are Azaria, there are Wasila to get well. But Imam, you can make these medicines work. Just help me and heal me.